In a country like India, we have the different type of the cultures. And despite that differences in our cultures, we are united as an Indian and we are quite proud of it. We tell it vociferously that unity in the diversity. But perhaps our distinct culture is going to be destroyed in coming years. Why I am telling? Because you can observe that in the big cities, there are some of our distinct individual cultures are gone already. For example, in rural Bengal, earlier we used to celebrate the birthday by going to the temple, by taking bath, and by worshipping the god. And not with the much more fanfare, but actually we offer prasadam as porridge or payasam. And then we are happy to distribute that payas along with some other sweet items as a prasad that is from God, as a God's blessings. But nowadays, that has already gone. In the big cities, what they are doing? They are bringing the candles and they are cutting the cakes and they are distributing the cake to that. And after that, the grand party is getting celebrated and they are squandering the money like anything without any control. I don't know what credit they want to take just by celebrating the birthday. Birthday is just like another day. And as per my feelings, the birthday is just should be morose because it reminds me that 1 year older as compared to previous 1 year younger version of me. Is it worth of it? But anyway, India is a democratic country as well. People can do as per their own sweet will. And there are definitely certain aspects and certain expectation of flaunting this kind of the gala expenditure ceremony. Somebody want to keep themselves in the big status of the society. They have the many surplus money. They are capable and for them it is quite affordable to spend that amount of the money. But what is wrong is that for those persons, those family who do not that much affordable, but just because of the status symbol, they also imitate the similar kind of the festival celebrations, birthday celebrations. So my objection in that. There is no need to showmanship. And by virtue of this concept of adopting these foreign cultures, we are getting alike day by day. And most unfortunate thing is it is in the downward trend. We could have utilized that amount of the money for some greater cause, for some other good investment, so that we can get the reap benefit out of it by investing. But who can make them understand? Sometimes the demand comes from the one and the only child of this family. This is also another problem. Just like foreigner, we are also adopting no children or single children, that kind of things. And I think the culture of having niece, the culture of having the uncle aunts are very generalized terms to indicate as per the Indian cultures there are many different relationship. Chacha, Bade Baba, Mausi, Fufa. In English, everything is uncle or aunt. But if everyone is going to adopt a single child, this all relationship, Chacha, Fufa, Bua, are going to be abolished. And we are being alike, particularly in the cosmopolitan city area, for the name of the cultures. And without any discriminations, even in the small town, we are proud to celebrate the New Year's Eve. What New Year's Eve? That is the English New Year's Eve. English calendar is not at all our calendars. Our Indian calendars are like the Bikram Sambat or Bangla Navabarsha, or every state they have their own Navabarsha. Some state has their Baisakhi, some state has their Pahela Baishakh, like that. But forgetting all those things to celebrate only very minimal level, we are celebrating, we are welcoming the New Year. And in the New Year's Eve, like a mad, we are dancing and making merry, drinking some things, alcoholic drinks, relentlessly, whether we can bear or do not bear, but we are taking the beer. So this is the cultures which we are getting alike, but for all bad reasons. Only one thing I can tell, that our cultures we are getting for some good reasons, is that the computer literacy is getting increased day by day, and many of the Indian scientists and the techies have the edge over their counterpart from the other countries. They are developing a lot of the softwares. AI, artificial intelligence, is taking many of our jobs, but we are still developing that artificial intelligence and people are getting benefit out of it. So there is no stoppage of that. In that cultures also we are getting alike. This is maybe good, or for the broader senses it may be bad, because millions of people are losing jobs. But anyway, we are getting alike because of the global culture adaptation. But can you make me understand that with this AI, can I grow crops? If everyone is running behind AI, or everyone is running behind the software development, who can grow your crops? Who can fix your car engine if anything wrong happens? So it is not like that. There must be something balanced approach from the country's side to deploy the manpower in the different sectors so that all-round growth happens. But instead, the one portion of the society, they have the huge sources of the money, where they think how to spend that money, and that's why the blind imitations of the foreign cultures we are adopting. Whereas if we can save some money for the future generation, and instead we can develop our morality more and more, it can be overall development of the country apart from the everybody's income growth. That is the more or less balanced distribution of the wealth. But again, forgetting about that uniform growth, uniform purchase parity capacity, we are blindly copying something, the foreign cultures, and we are getting alike like the other things. In the case of the relationship between the husband and wife, divorce was a very rare thing, the rarest of the rare things. But nowadays, even in the small town, there are ample cases of the divorce. Our acceptance level is getting down so that we cannot adjust our conflict just by discussion or the communications. And our aspiration is quite high, but our self-inspiration is quite low. And that's why people want the easy getting things. And for that, beyond control expectation, this conflict between the relationship husband-wife, the father and son, is growing, and the gap is enlarging more and more. Nowadays, we don't have even feelings. There are some news that people are throwing away their aging parents out of their home, partly because of the economic reason, even in the lower rank of the society, and partly because of our bad morality, corrupted morality in our mindset. It doesn't depend on the higher status or the lower status. Equally, it is happening in the village side or the town side, because we already put ourselves in the consumerisms, and just like the herd mentality, where every ships are going on blindlessly following one single ship, we are adopting the foreign cultures. What is the end of it? Can we control it? In order to control it, we must adopt our Eastern system of the education, so where moral value is the important. But instead of that, because of the bad quality of the educations in the rural vernaculars or the local language schools, we are thronging for the English medium schools, though those are not that much high quality. But we are getting alike by following these things. So, my dear friend, to conclude is that though I and you do not like, but we are getting towards alike. But most of the cases, it is for the worse. So let's be united to get some morality, to at least keep some small pocket of our country, to keep our old but the very solid cultures intact for the future generation, for their wellness. Otherwise, the floodgate already opened. Now we need to control that floodgate by our collective effort to shut. That's all from my side. Thank you.